Let's do it. Sims Demon, take it away for game 58.
Much, yes, and I'm gonna carry straight on that NIP point. Apart from as I know, they don't have the computers, or maybe they've only just arrived today or something. Well, it wouldn't be today because nothing happens in Germany on Sunday. Maybe they arrived yesterday. I don't know. I remember speaking to them, and I know they still hadn't got computers. We're in week 5. How have they not got computers by now? They've only just got their apartment. I would say that's something wrong in the background that needs fixing because they are struggling and losing points because of it. You know, you can't be in a league and not have something set up to practice on. It's impossible.
What you put into a game is usually what you get out of it.
Yeah.
And some of these top streamers that we see in PUBG are actually in the competitive streamers, at least, are some of the best players in the league.
Yeah.
It's
honestly,
simple as that.
I would say it's a credit to them that they've stayed as viable as they are right now. You know, yes, they're slipping away from that top 5 battle, but the fact is they've not had the tools to work with. But anyway, let's get on with the game, because obviously you saw the playing path. It's relatively okay for most. We will see a couple of adjustments. I'm just trying to wonder where ENCE are going to end up from this one. And I cannot see. I'm blind. I don't see the ENCE badge. Why do I not see the ENCE badge? It's right. Oh God, yeah, they're way down the bottom. I don't register looking down there. That's where the circle went, which is where my attention went. And okay, so similar circle. In fact, identical circle. I think from the last game.
Almost identical. Yeah.
Someone just run the same simulation. Are we going to see Rafi once again sneaking up on M19?
Well, you see, ENCE had the information that this was going to be the place to be, so they've gone down early. How we see this now?
Set is in that compound already, right? That's the compound that M19 won from. Or didn't win from. They got 14 kills from.
Same place as before. Now, again, because we're in the similar situation, you now know where the strong points are. In theory, you should know where teams are going to be rotating from. Exactly. There's been a bit of a practice game. There's been a bit of a warm-up to this one.
In theory,
think, for me, the team that needs to do better here is Digital Athletics. They had all the ideology going into it.
Yep.
They knew that compound was going to be a strong placement. Unfortunately, the hillside, they didn't check their back, and they kind of got backstabbed from a very far distance.
They took too long to execute the maneuver.
If they would have pushed in there and hit them out, they could have taken it, basically.
The theory only works if you have that support system in place to give you the information. And I'm talking coaches, analysts, whatever they have here. Some teams have them, some teams don't. Some teams have coaches but don't have them on site, which makes no sense to me. But yeah, as you can see, Dimash already making a move towards it. I think Set's actually leaving the compound. Yes, he is. So M19 is just going to walk in quite happily. No, he isn't. Is he pulling up there?
Look at how far away the rest of his roster is, though.
He's left. Yeah, he is. So, I mean, that's just a case of jumping out the plane and no, he's sticking around. So this is going to be a straight-up 1v1, but Set's no clue that Dimash is there because he's come on foot.
To be fair, he's pulled out of the compound and he's just parked on the back side of it, so whether he had the information that M19 could be on transition, there is a fight going down there. Yep, Dimash has spotted him. He's not quite dead to rights, but with the 16 and the 3 times, we get the range on him.
I mean, this is a battle with low utility, low everything, which is why I think Set's pulling away from this one. M16, level 1 helmet, and level 2 helmet. Okay. Does he have a chest? Yeah, he does.
He said it upgrade. I don't think he does, you know.
I can't see one. I mean, we're looking, I'd like to see the front of him, not the back of him. That would be lovely. We could see whether he has a vest.
We got lucky with their helmet, because the helmet's always the most important part.
Yeah. And sometimes, somewhere in the UI, we'll have a little icon that shows the helmet and the vest and the damage done to it. That's the next step. We'll get surprised by it, hopefully, at the next event. Slowly, every time we go to an event, there's usually a new little update. We're like, ooh, I like that. Hopefully that will come in. But anyway, Team Liquid on the move. So 4 minutes gone, standard, coming out of Picado. DA are going on a similar path, as a similar trajectory, I guess we could say, as expected. We'll see, though. It does look like they made adjustments and gone down lower this time.
A little bit quicker off the mark this time for FaZe Clan. They know where they need to be. They know where they want to be. This time, all being well, they'll be able to get in one of the compounds instead of losing players on transition. They'll be able to pick one and then stick it out. They have gone deeper. You can see on the map, they might clash heads with DA, who will be sitting up in a almost identical position as they did in the last one.
Pulling in the Valley compound.
Unity will just pass by as they enter the circle on the approach.
The problem for me with this one, is the fact that they are in that, you know, yes, they're in a compound, but they're going to lose tires. They're going to lose everything. I don't think they're going to have vehicles to move out of this.
Who are we on here, DA?
FaZe.
Oh, FaZe,
FaZe,
okay.
because the DA are above them. They're going to have somebody else above them to the other side eventually. Someone's going to pull in there. So it's very hard to keep your vehicles secure here.
They can shoot uphill at least, because it's basically a cliff face that they're going to be looking towards. The players do need to peek. And it will be at the low ground advantage in that scenario, just for the simple fact that it's a straight rock face that they're heading up against, so they'll be silhouetting. And again, those players that are up in the hillside, if they get a knock onto FaZe Clan, it's more so that there's no real frag or finish off from it, because you're not going to go across the road. So it's kind of a safe spot. It's going to be not the best to rotate from, for the simple fact that they are in a valley.
Depends if they keep a wide 2-2, because I'm seeing Uber above them now, so maybe Uber's going to secure a spot above, and that will keep them completely safe.
Teams who could clash heads. NIP will be passing Montenuevo very slowly. Oof. Okay, that's some good shots from CrowCrowd there. Jimbo's false back gets called for some support. It will be in the form of Ibi. Just a bit of a warning point to make sure no one's stepping up too close and overstepping the boundaries. Now look towards them with the minute. G2 are going to be late on this one, just to make everyone else aware, for the simple fact that I'm forgetting the map's already in your view, so you guys at home can actually see this. G2 will be late. So have a very easy entry point on the eastern side. And
talking of adjustments, you mentioned G2. It's obviously G2 that wiped ENCE out. ENCE have gone into the 2-2 compounds where G2 were in the last match. Because obviously they dropped down here, they're there first. So they've kind of gone ahead and thought, yeah, that's the position we lost from. So let's take that spot and see where we go from there.
If NIP decide to pause at Monte, then you might see Navi and Rec in trouble if they decide to pass by. I'd expect them at this level of play not to be skirting the sides of Montenuevo, just for the simple fact that you would have to preempt a team already been in there and set up and waiting. I'd also be surprised from NIP if they actually played so far to the edge, but they know that the inside's pretty locked and clustered with how many teams are sitting there. What, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a good 10 teams in the middle already. Raise your edge. Slow and steady. I'll be approaching. And I think Rec will also be the last ones to hit this. The fights will begin to worn off as NIP are going deeper and deeper. Gaxy's had one of his tyres popped out at the back, but will be able to keep on going. At least it's the Knights who do take the compound up top. Vitality, though. First victim here, unfortunately, will be Jazza.
Yeah, Vitality trying to just get a little too close. They're too late on the rotate compared to the teams that are trying to get central. And that's more down to the fact that not only the teams at central, they've gone for these wide 2-2 splits. So CrowCrowd got 2-2, Team Liquid got 2-2. So they're trying to come in with their own 2-2 split. Vitality, but just a little too late. And the bump in heads, as are NIP and TSM on the hillside.
All teams well known for having a tank load of grenades between them. However, that golden number suggests to me that the Knights are actually getting involved in this as well. So Vard gets a warning shot and has to take cover inside the shack. Grenades may keep on coming. I'm just seeing walkie trade between two. That's a bounce and a half.
Gustav's taking shots as well, actually, out on the road.
He's so lucky not to be killed, and that could have been an absolute blinder of a grenade. Michael and Gustav, be aware of them on the wide side. Honestly, Gustav could completely blind him.
He'll have a complete view. So he's going for that second window. You can see him moving up for the window position. He's going to have a clean angle onto Gaxy in a moment. Gaxy's continuing to peek and jump. As soon as he remotely stands still, that Mini 14 of Gustav's is about to open him up. Now, Navi were taking shots onto Gustav before he got there. Hello! That's a big yoink. Straight down south. He doesn't even pick it up, but Los Higos is very much in there. This could be... I mean, I still feel it's going to pull away and go north in the next circle, but this is definitely a big shift.
We said the only way you can get this one in play is if it goes hard south, and it has done. So there is a chance you get the Higos finish. FaZe straight in the cars and straight on their way. Empty will fall down by set. That's the SKS doing damage at range. Samty runs him over, so that's going to be a refrag in the form of a vehicle run over. Neither of them actually confirmed that. Tab also goes down. Constantine unfortunately knocks over Elite player. That's going to be on the transition, just getting inside the car. But this looks to me like a pull-up from the boys in blue.
Yeah, that's the 2-2 split from CrowCrowd getting caught out. And we've seen it so many times. Yes, it offers you that advantage, but you need to be ready to move. You need to be ready to go. The second that circle shifts, you need to be ready to be mobile, and that's what Team Liquid does so well, catching them off guard. NIP still taking damage, still engaged in this battle that's just sort of east side of Ladrillera, if I can speak correctly, on the hillside. It's miles away. You know, this is north of Commissera. Commissera doesn't even fit in the circle anymore. They all need to disengage and get moving and think about what's next. Yeah, and that's what TSM are doing exactly. They're thinking, okay, not really benefiting from this, let's get out of there. But for NIP's point of purpose, they're still wedged because they have the Knights up behind them.
Yeah, it's a very standoff battle. Gustav is the furthest away, so if TSM can rally him and rally him back in a vehicle, then it's going to be happy days and they can move on. The Knights will hold the ground and kind of...
I would have liked to have seen FaZe move more. They've only gone a little bit south on the main road. I don't know whether they could have gone for this compound that I can see M19 are heading for. You got Winstrike just to the north of them. They've just come in behind them.
I think the preempting the hard shift, though. Yeah. I think they've been ready for it, because if you look where they've gone, that's the shortest distance between the opposing
that exact
island.
Point, this compound that Elite players are about to go into, that's, I would have felt, you know, it's the central point. And if it went north, which it's almost certainly going to be, they're still well within the circle.
Definitely gives them options, and also it's kind of a bottleneck. If someone wants to come on that road, it's the last main road between all the buildings, right? So if someone comes down here, they're going to be able to clean up. So
here's a bottleneck, and it's Na'Vi. They're gate camping. They are covering off Valdemar. They had a 2-2 split. They knew that someone was coming up behind them, and it's Reciprocity. They've caught Scoom out. He has gone, so they're down to 3, and they need to think about repositioning. It's a tough repositioning here because it is a valley. Shiv's thinking, I'm just going to blast it in my Marado, boost it all the way. Something's happened. He's caught it, and that's going to stop him dead. Bestalosh, the tree is actually just blocking him slightly. Bestalosh could have opened up on him there. Now he certainly will have a little angle, but Shiv, I think, has got away with murder there.
Keep running the gauntlet.
He's going for the bridges, is he?
Please try and do it. I mean, they'll dip underneath and try and run for Valdemar. The fact that, I mean, Navi's put themselves at the front side of the bridge. I think Shiv should be dead here. He's already tanked up that vehicle, so you'd have to assume he's... Oh my god, if he gets away with this, that's murder.
Bail. Change vehicle. He's going to get the spray on you. Tries to get out. The question is, does he have an angle? I think he does. Gets inside, maybe just about. Now the blue's on the back, and now the tables have turned, but it looks like Navi may even go over the island. Yeah, Bestel, she's going into the island.
Oh my, Lee. Oh my.
The Knights have turned up the other side as well. Look at the hillside. You've got Unity and Team Liquid, and this shift is absolutely 50-50 now. And bear in mind, the next phase will pull away from water, but there is enough space that it could go south.
I think this one goes north.
I think it does. I'm almost certain it's going to go north, but this is...
Just because there's still water down on the southern edge of the circle, so it'll just force it more upwards.
I'd love to just get the map on the screen just a moment, just to so you can see the chaos, the dangerous position that everybody really has now, because this phase is we're going to lose about 20 people easily.
Unfortunately, ENCE were forced to move during this transition because of the circle. They did have a really, really good spot should it have gone to the north, but unfortunately they are forced out into the open. They'll keep on walking.
DA and
Winstrike. Tell you what, they're committing a hell of a lot of utility there for a very little amount of health. That's a very, in my estimation, a super
risky
ballsy res.
Yeah, it's a risky res, that one. Definitely not a safe one, and there we go. Rustamar does bleed out. They had to disengage. FaZe actually stealing the kills away from Winstrike there. FaZe down on that hillside. Oh my god, look at this northeastern area. We have Reciprocity, the Knights, NIP, Unity, Winstrike, all bumping into the same circle radius. This is not good. And from Navi's perspective, going the other side of the island has actually paid off for them at the moment, because they know they're not going to have all these teams piling in on each other.
And I think now you'll really see FaZe Clan's position pay dividends for the simple fact that uphill, it's not like really mountainous and really bumpy. There isn't a lot of hard cover that you can run between. It's a very open space up the mountains. If anyone wants to try and get around the edge of that, they're going to be in trouble. They can already see DA. They're not dead to rights, but Digital Athletics will be getting the backhander from it.
Reciprocity are benefiting from just being down on the coastline, the beach. They will have Navi shooting them in the back in a second, though, so it's only going to work for so long. NIP continuing to try and move down. Unity, Winstrike, Team Liquid and CrowCrowd very much on top of each other as well. They're about to engage, as obviously CrowCrowd have already lost 1 to Team Liquid.
TSM have committed to Los Higos, so they're hoping that the hard shift goes their way. Me personally, I'd say it's going to go north, but who the hell knows? This is a wild and wonderful circle.
Yeah. There's going to be water in this next circle, regardless. Yeah. There's no way it's going to pull away. I'm loving it. It's nice to have a refreshing change of something different, which is I'm absolutely all for. Wanted goes down, another one goes Reciprocity's way there, bleeds out. NIP, Gaxi trying to come around with that barrel onto Jawski.
3 teams here. Unity's just in the backline as well. I think they'll get in front of them. They're going to move in the backlines. Unity are moving with the circle. They could get in front of this and completely murder all the people that are coming out the blue damaged up.
Grenades. Careful you don't hit the ledge and pop them out. Okay, circle's about to shift as well. We'll keep our eye on that where it goes. Oh, it's gone south. It has gone south to Los Higos. Oh, my God. Well, Lauren's going to be kicking herself that she's here to miss this one. She's done 5 weeks, but after this circle.
This is you. This is all you. You have cursed it.
Let the chaos begin, ladies and gentlemen. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams, I believe, on the northern side. With just Na'Vi, TSM, and Razor Edge all gone for this. They all gambled it. FaZe have absolutely blasted into the water with vehicles. M19 might be able to catch them in the back. They've just gone for it straight across. Here's Mexi pulling up, expecting DA to do the same. This is going to be bonkers.
This is pretty good from Mexi. He's actually staying on the water side, so he's keeping a track of all the people that are behind him. Samty onto Squeaky. We'll just, you know what, you guys follow the kill feed at home. We'll bounce between it all because there's going to be fights all over the place. On the opposing side, let's give you some information of how the circle actually looks like. FaZe Clan, they bottled it into the water. They are completely across now. Na'Vi have set up a complete entrapment across one side of the road. They've taken the western side of the circle. Raise your edge. They've gone all the way hard. They are down in the south.
They did it in the last circle as well. The last phase, they went across the main bridge, across the
It's really good because there's going to be nowhere else for people. It's safe. It's a very safe spot.
Yeah, the back is completely secure. God, and just look at the kill feed. Okay, Vitality go down to M19. That was a battle in the compound. You can see the picture-in-picture there. That has finished. So now we have CrowCrowd continuing with Team Liquid. They've been fighting for a while. They have ENCE sandwiched in the compound. Team Liquid are surrounding them on the south, CrowCrowd on the north. There's only Kemba remaining for CrowCrowd now as they've lost the number of members. FaZe Clan, they lose 2. That is the people moving into Los Higos there. That did not work out for them. They're also caught up by Na'Vi. And remember Na'Vi, they went for this gamble at Valadomar. They were pressing Reciprocity. They went over the river. They gambled for it, and it's actually paid off for them.
And unfortunately for FaZe Clan, you've just got to work whoever you got, and all they have at the moment is a ridge line. If any players are on the opposing side of the river, they will have easy pickings at the M19. Still might be able to see them. Nip across to a different fight. Rec going head-to-head with the Knights. Real's the last man standing, and he's going strong. Can he complete the scenario here to send Rec back in, at least carry on his journey? These kills are really important. Look at Nuki, no hell. You just saw it in the background. It literally edges away from the circle. He did whatever he could, but unfortunately does go down. Jeems also falling. The circle is just going to murder so many players and so many teams.
Yeah, Jemty's going as well. He's being lit up. There goes 8C. 8C's picked off Bestlosh. Na'Vi could absolutely benefit from this one. Rafi does go down, so yeah, Reals comes out on top.
He can collect their meds now. That's the most important thing.
Well, I mean, it's collecting it, but Iroh, oh, look at Unity. Unity is squashing them. So Unity holding the northern edge of the circle. Kemba's just trying to heal himself up and run, but he is done. So TSM's gamble, they paid off. They're in Los Higos. G2 have managed to get to Los Higos across as well. So we have Na'Vi, Razor Edge. FaZe with just 1, by the way, in there. But I think Razor Edge and Na'Vi are the 2 main contenders on this island with G2 and Los Higos.
There is one main compound that's completely uncontested, but it would be hell to get to. Because Razor Edge is split between it. They've taken 1 to the left-hand side, and they've left 2 back. So they've gone for a 2-2 split to control pretty much a good 40% of this circle. It's a really nice play from them. Reals does go down. The Knights are out in 10th. Gustav, there's nothing he can do. He's outside the blue. Kemba, Unity, DA, they're on the opposing side. So are M19. This circle should push, or pull, should I say, down to the south.
Oh my God.
Oh my, what is this?
Are we back in 2018?
What is this?
Are we going to have swimmers in there soon? Are we going to have like 20 people swimming? Oh my word. Well, Razor Edge, they're going to benefit. So they've gone into that warehouse that was remaining. So they've got themselves a compound to contest with. Na'Vi are looking towards it and trying to get shots down, but they are too late. Razor Edge have occupied it now. G2 can still just go into the edge of Los Higos. They still have that compound. TSM also, I think, with a 2-stack house, if I'm not mistaken, on the edge of Los Higos. As Kemba still tries to run out of the blue, but I think he's running out of time, running out of meds.
This is what everyone just plays edge. What else can you really do in this scenario? You have a big, massive river literally running through both edges, and you've got, what, 2 teams on one side of the island, 1, 2, and then the rest on the other. How this island's set up, you've still got Raise Your Edge all chilling together, all 4 members alive, and they have the strongest compound in this. All 4 up for Na'Vi, and they are sweeping the western side of the circle. Uber, last man standing for FaZe, he's made it into the top 7 at least to bag them some placement points. G2 starting to make a bit of a maneuver, but gets a bullet all the way from the other side of the river. That should be Resible, which they do. I can see it on the map now, so all 4 players still alive and kicking. The question is, with this circle, like, I mean, I don't know. You literally are going to be fighting. This is going to be fun because it's going to be fighting.
Your butt showing, son. Just tuck it in, tuck it in. Orange on that low-calorie diet, trying to keep himself tucked in. Not going to work out. Wanderer will find him out, and that's going to be an easy kill for him. Unity and M19. Pretty sure I tell you what, if this goes north, it's shrink. Everybody that went Los Egos
position actually. If he's got cover, if he's got a dip, it's Uber. As long as he's got some cover from behind, from the opposing side. I mean, I'm not going to lie about this. I don't know what the terrain is over there because I'm very rarely over on that side of the island. And I'm very rarely in this scenario to be there.
Do you not go for a favourable drop in Los Egos or prison?
It's insane. He actually could have a really good position here. If there's a dip and some hard cover, that at least covers him from the opposing side. That's the issue for Uber. It's the ones over the river. If they get a line of sight on him, he's basically dead.
We're only 21 minutes into the game, and we've lost 44 players so far. So now, Dimash with the nade. We're only at phase 5, good lord.
I'd love to know how many kill points the Blues got this game.
Yeah, probably quite a lot. That's a good nade. That's got a blast on.
Bye-bye.
Oh no, the tractor should protect him with the either side of the wheel there. Smoke coming in behind him to help him out. All right, where are we going to shift to? Are we going to go south? We expect it will. It does. And now all, 5 players that remain on the northern side are in trouble. Blaston caught out. He's going to go down. Na'Vi looking to try and benefit and take as much as they can, but they can't expose themselves too much to Raise Your Edge. And they're well aware that FaZe are still on the beach line somewhere. TSM's little 2-snack is still inside. It's down to G2 also to move along the coastline.
So G2 have got to make the mistake really quickly. This is good for M19 to sweep and clear this side because there's no one else over there. So go find Dastish and then you can just essentially move forward. This is going to be Uber's problem, is the entirety of M19. Basically just going for that huge...
I'm not sure if it's M19 or going to be G2, because G2 are got to go along that coastline. They've got no other choice, right?
I mean...
Oh, they see Uber. Senior season.
Oh, he's swimming. Okay. I didn't realize we were down there in the water.
Yeah,
that's what he's hiding him from.
Yeah, I think he's ditched away. Dastish, the last man standing
that's
over here
really
for
nice
Unity.
G2.
M19 surrounding him. Here comes Wanderer, pushing it. Tries to go for the pre-fire. That is nice. That's actually gifted Dastish a point, and he just blacks into the blue. Nice.
That's so cheeky. Oh my god, he just baited them in just for so long. They don't get any points, and they actually lose one. I mean, it was the right play. They had to clear the rest of Unity out for the simple fact of make sure their back's completely and utterly covered and then move forward, which they can now work on this. But the problem is that everyone's already set up on the opposing side, just waiting for them.
And here they go. Here goes the sniper fight. M19, throw what you can down because everybody's looking your way and everybody wants to get the kills. Apart from Chris, who's looking at TSM.
I think he has to. TSM were quite clever in the fact that they didn't stay in Higos. They actually moved forward to a favourable compound that's close to the centre. It's a very, very smart play. Don't forget about Raise Your Edge, that they have this huge compound and all 4 players still alive in the back. This will be a wild set of affairs, especially with the gunfights. I mean, we saw Na'Vi in a bit of a scrap earlier on. G2, I don't think, have committed any utility, so you'd assume that. In fact, Raise Your Edge as well. So this is the thing, when we go into these final few engagements, when the circle pushes everyone together, we have to remember that the armor's going to be good, the durability is going to be good, the meds are going to be fantastic, and the utility is going to be in such a large abundance. They'll have grenades, smokes. It's going to be messy.
I'm just throwing it out there. Who exactly is M19 denying the points from here? Because there's Na'Vi, G2, and FaZe, who are all 400 points plus, whereas M19 are just about breaking 200.
I think when you're in this scenario, though, like you just don't...
I guess they don't know who's alive, right? They could be thinking Reciprocity there. We need to deny points from them. ENCE could be there.
They are going to die. So rather... Okay, that's an interesting one. Circle shift.
No compounds. No compounds in the circle next. It's all about the coastline. G2 looking golden on this beachhead.
By denying, by the way, you were speaking about M19, they actually placed higher than FaZe Clan, so they got more points. By healing away in the blue, he's actually got more placement points, so he's got it. G2, been from on the outskirts of death, are now in prime position. They literally have no one behind them. They're pushing up onto the side of Na'Vi to deny entry point to that cliff face.
Look at the play. Okay. And relate this to the last game, what we saw with M19. They've left Kaint as the backman. He knows there's someone in that compound. 3 together, move forward, well aware that, say, Na'Vi, we know it's Na'Vi, they know that somebody's there, are there. So it's the difference in play. They're not going spread singularly. They've gone as a group, as a unit, so they can support and revive if they need to, but they're spread enough that if Nade comes in, it's not going to catch everyone.
This is a really nice play from G2. You touched on Kaint, he's a doorstop. He's just holding TSM back. Chris is actually, oh my God, he spotted him.
He's caught Rory.
He just span around and smashed Rory in the face. So now they have to get the res off in there. That keeps them at bay even further. And now Na'Vi, they know they have to move. They have to go towards G2. And this is G2's game to lose, in my opinion. They have the best ground in the circle possible.
I want to keep a Brexco count. He's on 90 frags. We've got to keep our eye on this. He's on 90. He's got still quite a few to go to try and catch up with Ruslan Mars, 101 from Phase 1. What we're talking about is he did it in 60 games. Obviously, different lobby effectively, a couple of different players in there, but certainly as many games. G2 themselves looking in a golden position here, but Na'Vi, they're going to get the revive back on Aduzi there. That's a good nade, I think, from Chris. Has it got the legs?
I'm wondering if Chris and Sigsy actually go and get involved in this and maybe mop up. They'll have an eyeline on whatever.
Razor Edge just sweeping around onto Na'Vi.
The issue is the blue, right? One, it's pushing and forcing the engagement. Two, it does so much damage that if you're coming out of the blue to a player's gun, you're already halfway dead anyway.
I'm not sure I agree with the 2-2 split from Razor Edge, though. That's caught Sigsy out. Chris is now left alone. Brexco, big slice of life on him, taken down. Senya will get dropped by Chris, and now Na'Vi are just sandwiched in there. The circle, though, does them a favor. It works out for them here. So this tiny little dip, if there's any singular grenades for Razor Edge, he could have taken out the entirety of Na'Vi there. They're all boxed in together. They're still worried about TSM, though, because they are putting damage on the backsides of Menux and Fast Rail.
Look at how completely shafted Razor Edge just got, essentially. I thought they might dip and have a couple of kills, but I think they got greedy and stayed for too long.
Yeah, and it's been a doozy that's smashed the head once again. Best Lush down this time, though. G2 on the other side of the road, they're going to push.
The bigger part of killing, I was about to say the bigger part of killing them was the fact that they'll have somewhere to go, but G2 are not standing by at all.
Stolen away from Brexco. Big kill there. Rory, Brexco going for the record. I'm
loving the 2 player here from G2. They are not letting Na'Vi get away with it. Na'Vi could have run in to where Razor Edge was and just sat and been happy, but instead they kept on pressing them. TSM, the next team that has to make the move and get out of their compound. And G2 once again. Chris has bailed from the rest of the roster to meet up with Kaint. We'll see if they just get taken down as they leave the building.
Says 89. We know he's at 90. Chris will get that one. Brexco gets the second, so now he's on 91 and counting, but he needs more, and he's going looking. Bestalosh in vision. Just caught an angle of him there. Aduzi's been knocked as well by Fast Rail, so he's down. Bestalosh, the last man standing for Na'Vi. Spotted out. Brexco will get him down. That's going to be 92 now, is it? I believe he's on. As he continues, now he's pushing towards Razor Edge. G2 surround them. TSM have already taken down Fast Rail, the last man standing. And it's going to be a game going for G2, and Udia will take the final kill. It's not a high-scoring game, no doubt, 6 kills, but it was a bonkers finishing location nonetheless. The 6th win for G2. They're going to be happy for the birthday man yesterday, Carlos, their owner,